Hey, it's Jabo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego and the world's largest tipper truck army. I just recently went up to New York and New Jersey to see my son Jacob, aka TheyMightBeBricks. Took my tipper truck for tax write-off purposes, and we're going up there to see Tron, not Tron Legacy, but the original Tron in 70mm. We got to enjoy New Jersey and New York food while we were there. Always enjoy that. But main thing was to get to see my son Jacob. Hadn't seen him in 2 months in person, so it was nice to get to visit and see the city. Well, actually, we just drove through the city to get over to Astoria to go see Tron. But other than that, we didn't do much as far as in the actual New York City. It was more on the outskirts where he was staying. But we had a safe drive to Queens to go see Tron. And the one thing I do regret is that we didn't realize it until later that night, but David Pagano was there. You had to wear a mask inside the theater, so we missed seeing Pagano-mation while we were there at the movie. So enjoy as we look at the Galaxy Explorer and also do a BrickTsar answer thingy with some of the questions from members and others.
Hello?
Hey.
Yo!
Hey, who are you?
I got an itchy throat. I'm TheyMightBeBricks.
So we're in TheyMightBeBricks truck. Up here, where are we?
We are right below Newburgh, New York, in
Okay.
a Target parking lot.
Yeah, it's the only place we can meet up is in a Target parking lot. Just
Yeah.
kidding. So you brought your Galaxy Explorer.
Yeah, so I've been in New York for the past few months working, and you sent me this in the mail. So I had the opportunity of building it.
Hold it up here. I want to see. So what did you like about building this?
Well, it was a very fun and easy build, but I think I just loved the nostalgia around it, and I just love the angles. It's such a good set, and the box art is amazing. I was shocked that Lego even released something like this. It's really been a good year for Lego sets.
It's been too good of a year.
Yeah, something's gonna happen.
So what's some of the features this thing has?
So on the inside, the cockpit, you see all those computers on there. They're like
Are they
updated.
printed? Are they
Yeah,
stickers?
no, they're printed.
Oh.
What's funny is that I'll pop this one out so you can see it, but I may not be able to get it out now. It's Asteroids, the video game. Oh, it's gone.
It fell.
Oh, it's way back in there. I'm never
Oh my
gonna
goodness!
get it. I'm
You're never
never
gonna get it.
But
It's a flaw.
but it basically they have a little computer that has asteroids.
Did it go under the?
It's like way in here somewhere.
Oh wow!
But it's got asteroids on there. There's a little computer piece that shows you like the status of the ship.
Yeah.
And you got the two pilots up
What are
here.
these two guys doing back there?
So there's a bed back here for them to sleep on. Here, let me pull one of them out. You can see there's a little cutout in the bed.
Oh,
for their
so
air
they don't
tanks.
have to die.
Yeah, so they can keep
When
their...
I was a kid, your Lego men died in space because they had to take their air tanks off.
Uh-huh. And there's a little robot back here. Which I don't know if is he from...
It's a throwback
Yeah.
to the style of little droids they had back then.
So I also think this is cool the way they did the way the windshields are, because they're like forward and backwards, and it kind of matches how the original had the windshield go up and then back.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you turn around to you got these little compartments right here. Like there's an extra air tank, a black one.
Mm-hmm.
And then on this side, I forgot what's in there. There's little guns in there.
Mm.
And these boosters right here actually pop off, and they turn into little spaceships with controls. And yeah, so
the old one opened up.
Yeah, you open up in the back.
Okay.
And what's cool is you can see how they did these little pieces right here. They want to recreate the arrow.
They made it. I didn't notice that before.
Yeah. They got the arrow, and then they got the sirens that are like another one. And then once these open up to the back, you got a wrench, you got the walkie-talkie.
Wrench and a walkie-talkie, standard equipment.
And I love the also the way the lighting is there with the yellow. You can see it there. It's so cool. But the airlock door is so awesome. It's just like
neat.
an actual ship. And then
That's an extra feature.
this will pull out.
The
I just
dune
love the way
buggy.
it rolls.
Oh, the wheels.
And then you can slide it out.
Oh, neat. But I haven't built mine yet.
You need to build it. It's one of the greatest sets Lego's ever made in a long time.
Yeah.
And this just pops right in there. It's kind of loose, but it works.
So you glad you built it? Was it an enjoyable building experience?
Yeah, it was great. I was watching Seinfeld when I was building it. Also there's landing gear on the bottom.
Oh.
I think. Oh, there's the.
It fell out.
It fell out. Yeah.
See it.
Yeah. So it's got
The asteroids.
little asteroids, but it's got the Galaxy Explorer instead of the asteroid ship. So I'm gonna put this.
We won't lose it again. That's funny. It Panda fell where the landing gear was.
Got it out. I didn't even think that was possible.
We learned something new.
Yeah, but it's a great set. The only thing I noticed is that right here is a little flimsy, and you'll notice that when you build it. But other than that, it's just a great looking set. Like, I'm so happy Lego made this. I'm hoping that they'll do more stuff like this eventually.
Yeah, I like they make throwbacks, but with a modern twist to them. They're not just like.
But it's not too modern. Like, this would fit good with Benny's spaceship.
Yeah.
It's great when they do stuff like this. But
Yep.
yeah, it's a good set.
Only thing it didn't have was the landing place.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Well, I don't want to spoil our idea in case you want to talk about it one day. But if we ever make like a big moon base, we could build like a big landing strip and have this on it.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
All right, so let's do this part of the video. We'll do BrickTsar answer thingy.
Which I haven't done one in like 2 months with you.
It's
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, I got this at Target.
Indiana Jones. Why is it backwards?
It's The Last Crusade. A steel book.
So, I don't know if you remember on the box, Xavier G asked, is that a Death Star in the background on the Galaxy Explorer box?
I don't remember.
We don't have the box with us.
It's probably just, I don't know.
Probably a planet.
Or a moon with a crater.
They probably intentionally did it, though.
Make it look like the Death Star.
Yeah, so I don't have the box art to reference right now. But that's a good question.
I could take a picture of it and send it to you, and we could put it right here if you want. I don't know.
We'll see in edit if I actually do that.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question from Bricking Out Loud, and they asked, who is also a channel member, they asked, well, what do you consider to be the best part out set of all time? And what do you think would be a factor?
I guess the amount of pieces.
Yeah,
like you
the
got
quality of the pieces.
Like the Millennium Falcon.
The value of the pieces. Now, I parted out the Millennium Falcon. That was not a good part out experience because it was like a lot of different lots. But I know, so like there's, like I've parted out things like the Imperial Shuttle, you know, the white one.
Yeah.
That had a lot of good parts in it. The Tower Bridge had good parts in it. But the one set that I've pretty much sold most everything that was in it, and it had an amazing part out value, is one that people might not think of. It's the business card that has the letter tiles.
Oh,
you know, the little black letter tiles?
Because people want those.
I think I've sold almost every piece that was in that.
Wow.
And I parted out a bunch of them, and it had an amazing part. In fact, you can still go buy one sealed. Sealed, not used, but sealed, and they're like $50 to $70, and it still has a good part out value, like a couple $100. So that's probably the best one. All right, now this might tie in with, this is also from Bricking Out Loud. He asked, if you had to pick top 3 favorite build experience, what would they be?
I'm trying to think. I've had some
that you really enjoyed building. I know which ones you didn't enjoy because you didn't finish them.
Yeah. The set that I hate the most that I've ever built was the big Creator Ferris wheel.
Yeah, you had to build it twice.
But set I enjoyed the most building, I haven't built the roller coaster yet with the loop. That may be up there once I start building it. But as of right now, maybe it's hard to. A lot of the UCS sets are very fun to build.
Yeah.
Oh, the Star Destroyer was really fun.
You enjoyed building that?
And really enjoyed building that.
Yeah.
AT-AT was a hard one to
build. I like building Horizon Express.
Oh, all the trains are so fun.
Yeah.
Like the good trains are fun to build. I don't know.
I like the Ollie Kirk Christensen's house. That was an employee gift. That one was fun to build.
The Daily Bugle.
Oh. And I wish I had thought more about this, but there's some that sometimes you build a set and you're not expecting much, and then you just it turns out to be an enjoyable build. I know a lot of people complained about the Titanic. I enjoyed building the Titanic, and especially the thing that always stood out to me were those little benches.
That's the thing. The thing with the Titanic is kind of like the Daily Bugle. It's very repetitive, but it's enjoyable.
I did not feel like, you know how some of the repetitive builds you get there and then you build this whole thing and then it says like times 16.
That's how the AT-AT was.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, man, it was a nightmare. And I dropped it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of good sets. I can't think of all of them, but a lot of UCS sets are up there that are enjoyable.
Yeah. So he's one more question from Bricking Out Loud. It says, instruction manuals have changed over the years. What do you consider to be the best examples LEGO has produced, taking in consideration style, artwork, quality, clarity, etc.? So I think the modern ones are great as far as like they're for everybody. They try to eliminate some of the common mistakes that people build. But I almost find it's almost kind of laughable, like when step one is set a base plate on the... I mean, like, why is that even step one? That should be... Step one should be connecting something to that base plate. I think they're overly simplified. So, but I can see why they do it, because, you know, back in the day, you build some of the older sets, they'll have multiple steps in one. And
like, they'll be all together.
And they won't even tell you what pieces you're adding. You got to look at it. But I do like the 80s and 90s instruction manuals. The worst are the blueprints.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know the blueprints that Joey and I got at Brick Trains? Those are by far the worst idea they ever came up with.
Do you remember when you're building the Darth Maul head?
Those are hard.
Yeah.
They're Darth Maul and Yoda. Any of the sculptures that they in the dragon.
Yeah, it's from the top. You're looking down at it. Yeah.
Yeah, those were easy to make mistakes, and those were hard. All right, so Godzilla Firebox, also a member, asked about the. So if you're a member, I do post the videos early to members, and there's no ads at that point. And then the members only videos, which I've only done a few, those have no ads. And he says, he asked the question, do you get revenue when people have a premium membership, like where they have the YouTube, they pay for YouTube, where they don't get ads? And yeah, you still get a little cut. It's very small, but it's proportionate to the number of views that you get from that. It's not a big deal. But the other question he asked, in the private videos, do you prefer questions to be prefaced or post-faced with BAT? Now, YouTube has this feature now where you can search questions by if it determines if something's a question. So actually, you don't even have to do BAT, but I still like when people put the BAT.
Yeah, because it's, classic. All
right, let's find another one that you might like here. They Might Be Bricks. Oh, here's one from Geology Joe, who's also a channel member. He says, I'm sure you discussed this in the past, but I was wondering, what do you do with your personal stash of Lego? Do you make mocks, or are your Lego used mainly for piecing other sets together? What do you think I do with my personal stash of Lego?
We put them in a box, or we build them and then they collect dust.
He builds something, we take it apart, it gets put away in a box, and then we never see it again.
Unless I want to build it again.
Yeah, it is totally not organized. So I need to organize. There's so much of the stuff that's not really been touched. I mean, I kind of dug through things, trying to find stuff at times, but
Lego is also one of those things. It has a lot of upkeep. Like it's high maintenance almost, because all my UCS sets will collect dust in my room. And if I don't dust them like once a week, then they're going to look bad. But I never dust them that much. I need to.
Yeah, dust is the enemy.
Especially like on black pieces that are high polish,
Yeah. All right, so I got a question from Bricklink.
From the Bricklink?
No, not from the Bricklink. Somebody on Bricklink left me a question. Actually, well, you know what? This is actually an email. I got a Bricklink question as well, but we'll do the email first. Okay. This is from Josh. He's been watching a few of our videos, and his son turned 5. Do you remember being 5? And he says he pulled out his childhood Lego, which was about 20 to 25 sets from the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
And he said most of it had been untouched for 25 years. He had the 6986, which is a space set, I
Mhm.
think. It's Mission Commander. He says it's worth quite a bit. He says, I'm not a collector at all. I am a user.
User.
I'm just a program. He says, and for me, this presents an opportunity to sell the sets and buy way more newer sets to provide my son some endless entertainment. This led me to Bricklink and, of course, eBay to see where I should sell them. He says, most of my big sets are complete, but then I've things like a backhoe or the 580 set and the instructions, but none of the rest of the parts. So what seems easiest to me is just put it all together and take some pictures and sell them one big lot on eBay and note about the things that are complete or not. So I guess my question is, would they even sell that way, or is it worth it to just sell a few of the sets that are worth a couple $100 individually and then to keep all the stuff and just let my son go ham on them? Josh.
It's hard for us because we have a different perspective.
Yeah, and that's
Because if I was in that situation, I would keep them, probably never touch them again, but just want to keep them, or I would display them.
And so even though these are his childhood sets, he doesn't have that emotional attachment.
Yeah.
So it's like he can sell them. And the best, you got different things you can do that of course they will sell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything will sell at some point, but if you want to maximize your money, selling them individually would be the best thing.
Like, try to make sure you have all of the parts together.
Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes the extra work it takes
Is it going to be
to
worth
do
it?
that, or if you wanted to complete them, go placing orders to fill in the missing pieces. It's not worth it. So yeah, it's better just to sell them incomplete. Sell a couple of the high dollar ones maybe individually. You want to lump all the other stuff together. It will sell.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing for you is that you don't have the emotional attachment to keep them.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it though.
No, I couldn't either. I mean, like, if I found those in my attic or something,
Yeah.
it'd be crazy.
So Thomas Brown asks, how do you maintain such a good tan?
Like, good genes. Like, my tan, all this comes from him.
Yeah, it's genetics.
Mm-hmm. We just tan easily. And we burn easily.
All right. And Mardi Gras Man 23, also a channel member and fellow A-Fool. He says, what was the first theme that you as a collector said you have all of them?
See, I can't even say that because there's a lot of Tron stuff I don't have. Well, you have all of the Land of the Lost Funko Pops because there's only 2 of them.
Well, he's talking about, I think we're talking about Lego here.
Oh, and Lego?
Yeah.
Mm,
The first theme.
you don't have all the trains though, do you?
No?
This is it
So the first theme I tried to get all of them was Cassville.
you have all the monorail?
I have all the monorails.
All the modulars?
I have all the modulars, but
Oh, no, you don't have the Sanctum Sanctorum.
okay, so here's the thing with the modular. So I was going to be a modular completist, and I was even counting the Lego ideas. In fact, I just got an email this week about the stuff that's on
Lego
back order.
store?
The Lego store in the Venetian City, but I missed out on the most recent wave. I wasn't able to get any of those, so I'm not going to be and plus they don't come with instructions.
Well, I guess that wouldn't really count if it's not an official like Lego.
So like, does the Daily Bugle count as a modular?
Yeah, well, I would say the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum, all the Ninjago sets, they count because they're official
Yeah.
Lego sets.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Okay. So, what was the question? Oh, themes. So, but that set theme didn't come out to 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And I got things before the series that came out before that are complete, but I don't know when I completed them. But I would say it'd have to be like the German Telecom. Those came out in like 99 or 2000. I have all of those. So it had to be from then or before that I completed some. So I got all those when they came out. I have all the monorails, but I completed them after 2000.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say the German Telecom was the first one. And then Dunkster Bricks, also a member and an awesome YouTuber, he says, what's the final goal for the basement in the Lego collection that you want to keep? Is it to display things, have a city-town railway, or just have enough space for stock storage for the Bricklink store and have some space to display and film? That's the question I keep asking myself, he says, and to keep me from buying things I don't need. So we've reached the breaking point at the basement.
Yeah.
Where I've gotten so much stuff that it's no longer possible to do anything efficiently or effectively. Like I've limited my. I don't have good filming location because there's so much stuff. I don't have a place to display the city, or the city's like got stuff all over it.
And the problem is, it's like we could be like, well, we'll just wait to get. I think about like if we waited to some of the sets that we like to that we want to get. Like if we wait too long, they'll go out of production.
Yeah, and then I got a lot of stuff that we already have that we just haven't built.
It's just one of those things where now we're gonna have to figure out like what sets are we gonna like. We don't really.
So Brick Lover 18, I was telling you about this. You should check it out. He's done a series of videos for a store or a museum that he went to in Czech Republic, and the guy, large collection like we have. Said it was over 3,000 sets, and I was just like, when I saw it and how everything was displayed and everything's not crowded together. I mean, Duck Bricks has a lot of sets, but everything's so crowded. That's like when I see other people with massive collections like that, it makes me think, okay, how would I want to do mine? It's like I don't want everything crowded together, but I don't have the space to do like the guy with the museum. So there's got to be a balance in there somewhere, and it's like I don't know what to do.
That's why I had that idea.
What's that? Rotating things out.
Yeah, rotate like on the Lego City. Like we could have, the modulars are one that would be hard to, because they're so bulky. We could have a small section dedicated to the modulars, and then the rest of the city on the whole table would be rotational, where one day you could do trains, then one day you could do town, one day you could do something else.
So you remember the green table we had? So when we started doing YouTube videos, I had a 4x8 green table, and we did kind of rotate things around on
like
it.
The slot car, we could do slot cars as a thing.
That was kind of like the filming location, but I had all the modulars, and you actually filmed some videos there. Your sister did too, with the camera car and the little cheap digital camera we had. And I remember having that moment where I need to take these modulars apart. And I took them all apart, then I rebuilt them, then I took them apart again.
Do we still have some that are taken apart? Or
no, all the modulars are built now.
Okay.
They're all built. They're just missing some of the minifigures. We got to figure out where they went. And that's the problem with trying to display stuff and it can move. Is like those parts disappear, minifigures disappear. I would love to be able to display a lot of things, but I do like your idea of just display some things and then put them away. But then it's like there's so much stuff. You got to have it organized.
Yeah, that's where maybe we could finish, like...
I thought about doing things like I'm working on completing all the Legoland sets. That's the old box sets, all the Homemaker sets, all the whatever, and just like do a setup with all of those, display it for a while, film a few videos with it, and then take it all back apart again and put it away. But it's hard with the big sets like UCS sets.
Yeah, there's some UCS sets that have been tucked in a corner for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, you got the big space shuttle and all the other space shuttles.
Yeah, I wanted to have a space shuttle display.
That's the thing. It's like...
And not even all those are... when you did your space shuttle video?
I didn't even have all of them.
Didn't have all of them.
One of my dreams was for the city, it was to have a big section with like a launch pad for the space shuttle, but it's hard to do that. And there's a lot of stuff that we just got to organize.
So... I would love to have a museum. I just don't know if I want to... I mean, that's a big investment. It's also a huge risk to do something like that where you have a retail space or a place where you charge admission and things like that. My sister always wanted to have an antique... She wanted to own an antique mall and then have me set up something that's kind of like a display.
That would be nice because then it's like...
Because I got stuff that's...
collaboration.
And it wouldn't just be Lego stuff. It would be train stuff. And it's like, you could take our basement, and if I just did one thing, I still wouldn't have enough room. Like if I just did Lego.
Why don't you guys do that? Because I was just thinking, imagine There's a section where I could put my Tron cabinet there and make it like Flynn's Arcade.
Yeah.
And I could help you guys. You guys should do
I mean,
that.
I could have a massive Thomas the Tank Engine section. I could have a O-scale railroad, a G-scale railroad, a N-scale, a HO-scale railroad.
And then you could have a section like with cheap toys that kids could play.
I had Tommy trains
Yeah.
and do you even know how many roller coasters we have?
We have a lot. All the Connects, and then we also have the Coaster Dynamics. But the Coaster Dynamics aren't really like, those are more... It's funny. Coaster Dynamics is more or less like a rare... Even though they still make stuff.
You know, somebody's copied their style. There's a new Micro Coasters has copied...
It's like an actual brand, or is it...
Yeah, and I think it's...
Oh, man.
It looks exactly like Coaster Dynamics stuff. I just got to...
I have seen people that do their own 3D printed stuff that looks similar, but if it's an actual brand, that kind of stinks. Coaster Dynamics is top quality.
I just still haven't got the Dragon to work.
I know that's the thing. Is like you have to tweak them just right, but it's like all their brick built stuff has always been amazing.
Yeah, well, all the Lego compatible stuff, we've not had any problem with it. But I think we got over 50
like
roller coasters
of all the brands.
Yeah, just between Connects, Coaster Dynamics, and even Lego now.
Because Legos,
I got like 5 or 6 Lego roller coasters. If you count Joker Manor, you got the Friends ones,
the Pirate
one, the 2 Lego ones. Then we made I got like 10 of the Coaster Dynamics Lego one. Then they got 3 other ones that 4. They got 4 or 5 other brick built roller coasters that they made. It's just a lot of roller coasters. And then, of course, the biggest roller coaster of all, the Son of Serpent.
Yeah.
Remember that being set up?
That's huge.
That was the first video that I invested a lot of time and effort into. And it is cringeworthy to watch, the Son of Serpent roller coasters videos.
But it was good. I mean, it was a good learning experience.
That was my... Yeah.
Think how big that was. It took up all that space. Mm-hmm. We could never do that.
I don't even know if I could rebuild it. I got it. It would have
to clear out space in my room.
Yeah.
Like, to build it.
The one thing I wish... Okay, so they didn't have the good GoPro cameras. I want to get a GoPro video of the Son of Serpent.
What you need to do
is... But it would have to be outside.
We need to invest or make our own... We'd have to get like one of the Connects cars and we can modify it. Like we'd have to cut it to fit.
I could do that. I got so many of those Connects cars.
So it's like we wouldn't be losing. You can make like the front of it, you could cut it, or in the back or something. And there's people that do tutorials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so...
there's a lot of stuff in the basement. One day I do need to build Flynn's Arcade modular. I need to do that.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing this with you. They might be bricks.
Yeah, I'm glad we did it.
We're in his truck in New York. Well, I'm going to be head to the airport soon.
And the next video I'll be in will probably be in 1 more month.
Okay. So, yeah. See you guys.
Man, come on, Dad. You already broke it. I had to do it before you leave.
We got that. We got that. Oh, here we go. Oh, you should go on that ladder.
There's nothing you can do. You're stupid.